You ever have one of those moments where someone just shoves their way ahead of you like you're invisible and you think, nope, not today? Well, I had one of those moments. And trust me, she will never forget what I said to her. If you've ever had someone treat you like you don't matter, hit that like button. Because this is the story of how one woman's smug little saying backfired on her in the most perfect way. I was working at this small but busy retail store years ago. We had multiple cash registers lined up like soldiers, each one with its own little conveyor belt. Most of the time I was the second cashier on call, meaning I only stepped in when the first line started to overflow. And on this particular day, it was chaos. The first register had a line so long you'd think we were handing out free gold bars. I get the call from my manager. Open register 2. Now, our store had a simple, polite policy. When you open a new register, you gesture to the next person in the first line and invite them over. That way there's no cutting, no confusion, just fairness. So I walk over, log in, and look over at the first line. There's an older gentleman, probably in his 70s, patiently waiting. I make eye contact, smile, and say, "Sir, I can help you over here." He starts gathering his things. Slowly, because he's already put half his groceries on the belt at the first register. And that's when it happens. From behind him a woman, late 30s maybe, barges forward. No excuse me, no hesitation. She sweeps past him, drops her groceries on my conveyor belt with a loud thud, and looks at me like she's done absolutely nothing wrong. I blink, caught off guard. Ma'am. Actually, this gentleman was next. And without missing a beat, she shoots me this smug little grin and says, it's not even said in a playful way. It's dismissive, like I'm a child she's correcting. Like she's proud of herself for winning at grocery shopping. Now, I'm visibly annoyed. I glance at the older man, ready to defend him, but he just waves a hand. Kind of a let it go, son gesture. His kindness only makes me angrier. Still, I decide to swallow it. Fine. If she wants to be quick, I'll be quick. So I start scanning her items. She's tapping her foot impatiently, not making eye contact anymore. When the total comes up, she pulls out a banknote, cash. I count out her change, separating the coins neatly in my hand. But just as I'm about to hand it over, she says, "Wait, I might have the exact change so I don't get too many coins back." She starts digging in her purse. Clinking coins, fumbling fingers, the whole deal. And here's the irony. Suddenly, Miss Life is for the quick ones is taking her sweet time. I just stand there, watching her search, holding all her change in my hand. And then it hits me, this is my moment. I lean forward slightly, my expression perfectly calm. And with the gentlest little motion, I smack the change down on the counter in front of her. It makes a satisfying little clink. I smile, sweet as sugar, and say, "Life is for the quick ones." The look on her face. God. Her eyes go wide, her mouth drops open just a fraction. The color in her cheeks changes. Not the embarrassed pink you'd expect, but an angry flush. She knows exactly what I'm doing. She grabs her things, mutters something under her breath, and storms out like the store offended her personally. I look over at the older gentleman. He's been watching the whole thing with this small, satisfied smile. And as she disappears out the door, he raises a hand and gives me the most deliberate, slow thumbs up I have ever received in my life. The beauty of it was, I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to cause a scene. I just mirrored her own smug words right back at her, and let her choke on them. That one sentence turned the entire power dynamic upside down. And the best part, she had no comeback. The quick one had been beaten at her own game. Sometimes revenge isn't about elaborate plans or dramatic showdowns. Sometimes it's about waiting for the perfect moment, and then using their own words to hand them the lesson they didn't know they needed. If this story made you smile, hit that like button. And tell me in the comments, have you ever served up instant karma to someone who totally deserved it? Oh, and make sure to subscribe for more stories that prove sometimes the good guys win.